Hello, I'm going to try to make a video to explain why we are in this fix that we're in. It's the changeover. We're very close to the end, and it's intense because of the pressure from space. Now, that means that we're these circles that we're in. It's almost the same shape as the DNA. Everything flows in. Everything is DNA in life. And they know how to use the living light to create many things now. Your Xbox technology, that's DNA technology. The RIDF chip or whatever the frick it is, that's a living light source in there. I don't know where they're getting it from, but hopefully not from humans, but it could possibly be. That's why it has to be kept so sterile, because other genetic material can contaminate it. If you understand that they've separated everything, separated us from ourselves, and broken the families, and we allowed it to get back to a better place for humans, better place for the planet being a huge part of this living system called the universe that we're in. And all you have to do, really, it's not complicated, is to know how a human body functions, and you will know the functioning of space. The capillaries are interconnecting cords to the universe, and they connect the body and the flow, and then the larger veins. Of course, you're going to have larger veins of flows of energy in space. And to know all these things is simple. Then you know that it's possible to create fake news, which they're using energies to make that happen. I know it doesn't seem like it could make sense to you, but it's true. And they have these mind control programs, which they just did a huge thing on Capitol Hill about MK Ultra, and people were coming from all across the country talking about how they were abused. You do know that if you compartmentalize the brain with abuse, the person cannot remember the other compartments, and that's what they do. And now they have the use of the vibrations from the cell towers and other sources that they're using to manipulate people's minds. I think it's in conjunction with the crazy GMO foods too. You probably go, oh, how can that be? Well, food contains light. It's made of, even that fake food we call food, it does contain minerals of this planet. All right, in space, all the minerals come from space, come down in. They piggyback on the charges. The charges are, let's say, we use a proton or a neutron, but the electrons are very special. They all are one. As they flow in, they change. They can become, a neutron becomes a proton depending on its speed, and the volume of protons can become neutrons, and neutrons can become electrons, and it's one charge. We all stem from one charge. Now, meditation. Everybody said, you got to meditate to connect to God. Well, God forces all beings, plants, animals, and alike, to connect through sleep. Meditation is a living sleep, sort of a simulated sleep. So you have to connect to God when you sleep. This allows you to work on problems, fix problems. Your dreams are very powerful. Now, you don't have to meditate to connect to God. You can actually walk in meditation. You can just envision your feet into the earth, and your head. It just connects. For some reason, it just does. You just don't let too many thoughts linger. As the light comes through and the vibration, you just let it slide through. That's how you meditate. It's just not a hard thing. I have an upset stomach, so life. I'm old. What am I gonna do? I think of myself like a tree. And let's see. That's the reasons behind Sandy Hook and all these Boston bombing, and now in Canada. I do believe that MK Ultra is fully involved. These programs are fully involved in this. Is from the early 70s, they were kidnapping children and creating cities, whole cities of people. I don't think they all lived, but then you have families that are adults and they had children, and now you have this insane amount of people that are participating willingly in these programs, and all for their greater good, which I don't know really the ultimate greater good is their greater good this, because this is what I believe is the greater good. The greater good is a planet that can live in peace and harmony. Does not mean that there are no problems, but it means good words are applied. It means a planet that can allow the animals to roam free and have a free life, a continuous tract of land. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a slow process. It's not a fast fix. We didn't get here fast serve, and we can't get out of it fast serve. Now, that would mean less government, none. It would mean us becoming highly intelligent and being able to understand each other in a very good, sound way. It would mean that egos and all that bullshit that you men and women do to each other has to end. Doesn't mean you can't have your ego, it just means you can't use it in a poor fashion. That most of this whole thing that's happening right now is about the planets and the sun and the stars. We've forgotten our connection to all this. And God is the living light. And I know you want to think of God as some being in those freaking Bibles. Drunk wrote those, control freaks. You don't even know what you're reading off and when it was written. There were tablets that had simple, basic truths on them. They've disappeared, and it seems to me that all these stories and why do you want these to be true? Why do you want apocalypse? God doesn't get anything to do with what's going on in the weather. Humans who know what the light is and have control of it. I don't care if they're just humans or... I don't care about aliens. There's no such thing. There's beings from other places and other planets, not... aliens. Just the word to use to pit somebody against somebody else. Now, there are beings that come here from other worlds. It probably always has been. If they monkey with our genetics, well, that's it. You can't do nothing about it. Ancient alien series pushing it down our throats. Well, aliens are not the cause of the weather problems. Humans are. Global warming, That's probably the freaking technology. It's hot as hell.